How's your Christmas shopping going?
I haven't done anything. Thank God for Amazon Prime. Because they're all getting Alexas this year, let me tell you that. How's yours?
I've attempted 3 times to start mine, and each time I've gone into town, seen a queue and gone, nope. Next time. I'm running out of next time.
You got absolutely ages. You got what? What is it, the 5th today or something?
I've got
20 days.
I've got at least
Chill
20
out.
days. There'll be petrol stations open on the day, won't there?
Here's some dead flowers, you bitch.
And here's some news, you bitch. Seth Rollins has revealed why his Hell in a Cell match was a mess. Which AEW star is missing Dynamite tonight? And future plans for a Raw commentator have been revealed. We'll talk about them soon. Sometimes in life, honesty is the best policy. For example, this isn't even a real shirt. This is just a bit of fabric.
Is it one of those? It doesn't go all the way down.
I am naked as a band. That's my nipple, mate.
Oh, you are as well.
That's my nipple.
I saw one of those in the shop the other day and I was just like, who buys that?
This guy. And honesty is the best policy. Fumbles with Mike. Honesty
that was your nipple.
Of course it was, mate. Honesty is the best policy when it comes to Seth Rollins chatting on backstage about his Hell in a Cell match with The Fiend. What a match it was.
Oh, wasn't it a bloody hoot? So, responding to criticism of his Hell in a Cell match, he said, that was a mess for me. First of all, you're in this dark red. The cell is also red, and you're trying to navigate around the edge of the cell. It was a mess. It was very difficult. I, for one, am not a fan. I feel like it affects my performance personally. So that's him revealing why he thinks the match was bad. Don't get me wrong, I don't really like the red stuff, the red lighting, and I think it must be very difficult with the red cell around you. I totally get his point. But my problem with the match was the booking. It was obviously not very pleasant to watch, but it wasn't just the red lighting that made that.
But here's the other thing that he said in this interview was that he didn't know that the red lighting was going to stay on for the whole match until the bell sounded. And he went, oh, okay, this is it. He found out at the same time as us that the match was going to have red lighting throughout the entire thing.
Because you'd probably change what you were doing in the match, right? Because it must be really different. Like, depth perception would definitely be off with that red lighting, for
Most
sure.
definitely. I mean, and also, I'd have believed a DQ in a Hell in a Cell far more if the lights were on. Like, with the red lights? No. Oh, yeah, man, don't be daft.
Right.
That sucks. That's a real oversight. Just, like, it's something really simple that was forgotten on the way to, like, oh, by the way, your match is good. The lighting's going to be different. You would prompt your guy about that, wouldn't you? You prompt you to. It's very important. Like but now obviously you kind of now everybody goes, oh, okay. So if I'm wrestling the Fiend, it's going to be red. That's fine. Like they all learn that the hard way.
Yeah, poor Seth. Okay, there's one for Seth on the, give him a break.
Ometer.
Yeah, whatever I mean by that. He's also commented on CM Punk, obviously. A few weeks ago when CM Punk returned to WWE backstage, he tweeted, "Fight me at CM Punk," which led to a lot of criticism as well. And he said, "I think I've exhausted all of my energy on the subject. I don't think it's going anywhere. I'm not shocked that he's not here, so I think it's time to maybe move on to something that matters. I wish he was here. I wish we could have a face-to-face, but it's not in the cards." I don't really get this. Like, what does he want a face-to-face about? He's called him out on Twitter because he wants a match with him. Yeah. He's still sort of working us here a little bit, isn't he?
Yeah, he's like, I'd like a match. I'm not going to get a match, but can we still push for a match anyway?
Yeah. Fair play, do what you got to do and everything.
Is it like when somebody leaves a room saying, right, I'm leaving now, bye. Definitely going now. Yep, that's me gone now. Going now, bye.
No, come back.
Oh, all right, I'll come back.
All right, don't worry about it. He's also commented on internet trolls, those dang dirty trolls that we all know and hate. He says, I think it affects you, whether you want to fess up to it or not. You read the comments, you hear the small segment of the audiences. Small? Okay, there's a small contingent of our audience that's very vocal on social media. This is my life. I love this business, so when you put so much into it, to feel like I get disrespected, I'm going to push back. I'm not a guy like Cena who's going to put motivational quotes on Twitter or like Roman and kind of hang back. Yeah, you tell him, Seth. It's fair play to the guy.
I reckon so. I find it funny when people tweet Seth Rollins some garbage and then Seth replies and then they go, oh, triggered. So what do you want him to ignore you? That's them going, thank you for not ignoring me. Now I can dig you a bigger, deeper hole.
But you don't feed the trolls. He is right in that. Like you get nothing from it. You don't feel like, yeah, I showed him. It just plays on your mind more because you've engaged with it. Whenever I get any criticism online, I very, very rarely respond to it.
Yeah.
There are very few things that I've been doing this, I'll say, for 4 years now, so it just doesn't hurt at all anymore.
Yeah.
But I understand why people do. stick up for yourself and all that. But if they are trolling, if they're just looking for reaction, don't give it to them. Or find out where they live and burn their houses.
Weirdly, I always kind of want to go. I always want to reach out and go, why? Why are you talking like this? Why is it you?
Because you're not a person to them. You're on a screen.
I know,
That's what it is.
But then I kind of feel like, because I've had a bit of that, not loads, the majority's love, but it's like I've had a few, and I want to just go, look. We're real people that you're talking to, and you can't talk to real people like this. And it's just, and a few times I've spoken to people. My good lady's called me the troll whisperer, so I'm quite proud of. In the sense that she said I've watched you talk trolls down, because I've just gone, look, you're okay, you're loved. This is unnecessary, and they've gone, look, okay, I don't mean you should kill yourself and run away, not in that order, obviously, but it's like, but I'm just not a fan of what you do. Okay, so now we're getting to the bottom of it. I'm also very unhappy. Okay, now we're getting further. Honestly, I spent ages troll whisperer.
Forget the news. This is now an agony aunt segment.
It's becoming that.
What is this?
I feel like every day we come up with new terminology for stuff.
New nonsense.
Troll Whisperer in Cinemas Friday, rated R. Derby's pretty rough, but that's enough about the East Midlands. Derby Allen.
That was good. Yes.
Thank you, mate. Derby Allen from
And it is. It is. It really is.
I went on a lads' weekend to Derby this year, actually.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Mates of mine, that's all right. It's one of those things where we realised that one place that we could all hang out, we were equidistant to, is Derby. So let's go to Barbados, and it got to the point where we have to go to Derby now. We have to, because now and people went, there's other places in the area. You go, no, we now have to. Like, we have to see this gag through. We spent about 8 hours in a Wetherspoons. It was ace. But Derby Allen in AEW, missing Dynamite tonight. He's got himself a bad neck.
Yeah, that's right. He tweeted out saying, I wish I was there. Neck still skull and crossboned. The show is sure to get wild. I'm excited for Dynamite tonight, because after they've lost the ratings war forever, no, they lost last week. But Survivor Series, the fallout from that has very much fallen out. I don't think we're going to be seeing any more main roster superstars on NXT. Maybe Kevin Owens, but I don't know. Who knows? So I think Dynamite now, I think they'll be pulling out the big guns tonight. I think they're going to really try and
go for it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, you say that, but then there's a few things that they've talked about with regards to how they book Dynamite. Like, Cody's very passionate about not booking week to week, because they wants to build people slowly and surely. And I think if you sort of panic book because you've lost a week or lost 2 weeks, then you become no better than like NXT, who go, and I love NXT and I love that, but you could tell there was panic stations by going, oh, look at all the top guys from everywhere on here, come look at us now quick. Where AEW hasn't really done that, I don't feel. I feel like AEW has stayed the course. Now,
I agree.
Tell me if I'm wrong, but I feel like they've stayed the course with this is what we're planning and this is where we're going.
And I agree, and I think that consistency, and the long-term booking is really, really important. However, with declining ratings, and I know it's Thanksgiving and all that, but the ratings for the past few weeks have declined overall. So I think you've got to do something. There's something that possibly needs addressing there. So I'll be interested to see how they respond.
Yeah, very much so. I mean, you know what? As we've said before, we live in great times as wrestling fans, because there is, on a Wednesday night, 2 shows that are constantly vying for your attention. And I'm a big fan of that. Obviously, AEW Graded with Jack tomorrow, NXT Graded with myself tomorrow, AEWTF Moments with Ross tomorrow as well, and you'll be here with the news. You get a little sleepy day tomorrow.
I'm still here!
We haven't seen or heard from Dio Madden in quite some time. We mentioned this yesterday on the news, and we've had an update in the last 24 hours regarding the future trajectory of Dio Madden.
That's right, reported by Pro Wrestling Sheet, they've learned that Dio Madden will not be returning to the Raw commentary team. Brian Satin reported on WWE Backstage that Dio still has aspirations of becoming a WWE superstar. So, he's going back to the Performance Center to learn how to beat up Brock Lesnar, essentially, which I'm all for. Like, I didn't realise what a big guy he was.
Oh,
and
he's
I
massive.
actually think that match might happen. Like, it's probably a year away from now, but I genuinely think we might be seeing an example of long-term booking here when Dio Madden comes back and he dwarfs Brock Lesnar and then bang, and takes his bloody title. And yes, Dio, in fact, tweeting himself saying, Matt Riddle moved on to Goldberg, so I'll retire Brock.
Oh, I'm up for seeing Dio Madden versus Brock Lesnar.
Oh, yeah, for
I'm
sure.
suddenly very invested.
Yeah, and I think the guy's really charismatic as well. I think that feud could really work. I'm a bit worried about what this means for the Raw commentary team, because I don't want to see Samoa Joe there in a permanent role. I love Joe. I've talked about how I think he's the best talker in the WWE without Paul Heyman. But I don't want them to Taz him, essentially, because the guy's got so much to give from an in-ring perspective.
Well, Joey's only there until his injury heals on his hand, and there are no plans at in this moment for who will become the next Raw commentator. But there's plenty to choose from.
Don't choose anyone. Have two. Just have two. There's an idea, guys. Because it's better.
I mean, there is that. I mean, the idea of Vic and Jerry Lawler sort of working together.
It's not my dream commentary team.
I feel like we're watching Vic grow. We're seeing Vic in embryotic phase at this point on Raw commentary, and it's good to have him with someone like having there with a veteran does help.
Yep.
Jerry Lawler's he's been good.
He's fine, isn't he?
He's fine. I think that when he's on his A game, he's great. I don't feel like he's really clicked. I think it's weird because we've got Jerry Lawler on WWE, we've got Jim Ross on AEW. It's just like star-crossed lovers on different sides of the planet. They don't click unless they're together.
I don't feel that Jerry Lawler really has any personality anymore. That's what sort of harms it for me. And I'm not saying he needs to be the heel, sort of misogynist bellend that he was at the Attitude
I was going to say, because
I'm not looking for that, but I don't really know what he's about anymore, and I don't think he brings that much to the table. My dream team, I think, would be Vic and Nigel.
That'd be nice. I'd like that, actually. I think Nigel, but then we lose Nigel from NXT.
Yeah, as long as we don't lose Mauro from NXT, I'm fine with that, I think. Because I think Nigel's so good.
Let us know in the comments. What's your favourite biscuit? No, I'm kidding. Let us know in the comments who should replace Dio Madden whilst he's getting ready, Rocky style, to batter Lesnar. Hey, thanks for watching. Don't forget to leave a comment in the comment section down below. You can support us on Patreon by going to patreon.com/Cultaholic. Lastly, don't forget to hit subscribe and join us.